Today on Stock Charts in Focus, we're showing you 7 new indicators that just launched in ACP that are going to help you track those key price levels right on your charts. We're talking support and resistance levels, bullish, bearish, and neutral zones in a unique colored layout. We've got all of these new additions to ACP. They're available now, and we're going to show you exactly how they work. You can incorporate these into your trading and investing process. Plus, we're going to hit our summer sale. Limited time only right now. You can save up to 30% off your StockCharts account, up to 2 free months. We're going to give you all the details. So lots to cover. Of course, you know what it is. It's all new. It's all here. It's StockCharts in Focus. All right, my friends, welcome to the show, Stock Charts in Focus. Of course, our product focus show here on the channel. We dig into the site, we dive into those tools, we show you around the features, and we ultimately help you get more value out of Stock Charts. That's our mission here every Friday up on the Stock Charts TV channel. My name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. Great to be back with you for another fun episode. We're digging into more of those new tools, new features, this time 7 new indicators that just launched in ACP. Now, as you might have heard, especially if you've been following the show, following some of our announcements over the last couple of weeks, we just rolled out a major site-wide product release. New tools, new features, new things added to the site, enhancements, updates, lots and lots of things for you to explore in pretty much every corner of the entire Stock Charts website. Today, we're going to dig into a couple of those new additions in particular. We're going to talk about these 7 new indicators that just launched in ACP. 7 new tools designed to help you see key price levels, highs, lows, support and resistance levels. You can even use something called the traffic light to actually draw bullish and bearish and neutral zones right on your charts. Very, very cool stuff. All new, all unique to Stock Charts, and we're going to show you how it works on the show today. Excited to dig into that with you. On top of that, I want to let everyone know right now, limited time only, just for a couple of weeks, we've got our summer sale that just launched. We'll show you the details of that in just a second, but you can get up to 30% off your Stock Charts subscription right now, up to 2 free months with this summer sale. I wore my most summery shirt today just to celebrate that summer sale. So we're going to give you the details, make sure that you're aware of how to take advantage of that. StockCharts.com/special is going to be how you get all the info on that. So without further ado, let's jump over to the site, start taking a look at all these different tools and show you the info on that summer sale. Here we go. So we're back on Stock Charts, of course, on our members dashboard, the heart and soul of your Stock Charts account. First page you see when you log in. Now, first and foremost, I want to give you guys a quick highlight on how to access this summer sale. All of the tools that we have launched with this new product release, a lot of those new highlights, those new tech previews that we've brought out, so many of these different things, you can get more out of that by being a Stock Charts member. Some of those you actually need to be a Stock Charts member to access. And so right now with this summer sale, it really is kind of the best time of the year to sign up. One of the biggest discounts actually that we have ever run, up to 2 free months, 30% off. And what's happening actually, all of these new features, everything that we have been building, plus the inflationary pressures over the last couple of years, we are actually going to be raising prices slightly starting next month. We're going to be raising prices on basic, extra, and pro accounts. $5 a month for basic and extra accounts, and $10 a month for pro accounts. So we're giving everyone, you included, a chance right now to actually lock in our current rates for an extended period of time. You won't be affected by that price hike for the next 14 months if you take advantage of that extended deal. We're giving you guys a chance to lock in that rate, lock in that Stock Chart subscription. And especially, if you've been thinking about signing up for a little while, this is the best time of the year to sign up. You're going to get our discounted lowest pricing. Our prices actually will never be this low again. That's the crazy thing about it. So right now up at the top of the site, you've got these red banners. If you click on that Renew Now and Save link, you'll see that takes you over to our summer sale page. So this has all the info that you need. You can click that big green button to get started, to sign up. If you are not a StockCharts member, you can sign up right here, create an account, get that extended time, that best pricing ever. And if you are a StockCharts member, the good news is that you can actually extend your account out into the future. So you can use this special, this summer sale, to save, to lock in that discounted pricing for an extended period. Again, you're going to get up to 2 free months. 30% off is your maximum saving. That means you can actually save up to $219 off your StockCharts subscription. So all the details are down here. You can actually see exactly how much each service level is going to cost on a monthly basis. You can choose between a 6-month extension or a 6-month sign up, or a 12-month. If you want to save the most, go for that 12-month option. Again, you can save over $219 off, but that'll bring that monthly cost of a pro subscription down to $34.24, brings that extra account to almost $21, and brings that basic account down to just $12.81 a month. So this is our best pricing that we are pretty much ever going to offer ever again. You can lock it in right now with this summer sale. And if you do need to get to this page, stockcharts.com/special, all one URL there. Type that into your browser bar. That'll send you right here if those banners are not up on the site. Click that big green button. You can get started. So with that out of the way, I want to quickly jump over to our What's New page, show you again how to access these release notes, all the things that are going on with these new tools and features. Then we'll jump over to ACP. We'll show you these new indicators. So we'll actually jump over to the charts and tools page, something that we've showed off quite a lot on this show recently. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, we can access our What's New page. Now you can also get there directly simply by going to stockcharts.com/new. Give that link a click though, and this will take you over to that What's New page that has a ton of information on everything that's been happening around StockCharts for the last couple of years. The big news, of course, is that our spring product launch just rolled out. So we've highlighted this over the last couple of weeks on this show. If we give that a click though, that'll take us over to what we call the release notes for this latest site-wide product release. And you can scroll through here and get all of the highlights on exactly what has been happening. We've got some huge new features, as you know, if you watch the last 2 episodes of the show. New options tools, we've got the Android app, we've got earnings and revenue history built right into that symbol summary page, one that I am really, really loving. Custom alerts for custom messages for your alerts. We've got intraday Forex charting now for all of you currency traders out there. Things like the sector summary built into ACP, a new measurement tool built into ACP, and of course what we're going to highlight today, these 7 new indicators. You're actually getting a sneak peek of it right there with that little graphic. Some very, very cool things we're going to highlight on the show today. And of course, the list just keeps on going, even down to some of the smaller things, but still impactful, still important, still things that we want you to know about. So if you haven't had a chance to review this page, definitely do that as soon as you can. There is a lot here. This will help you explore all of the things that have been added to the site. On top of that, we've also brought out some exciting new previews for some of the different things that we are working on. So this is what we highlighted on last week's episode, digging into some of these different tech previews for some of the major features that are going to be coming out soon, later this year. But today's show, it's all focused on these 7 new indicators in ACP. So what we're actually going to do, I've opened up ACP right here at the top of the screen. We're going to jump over to that advanced charting platform. By the way, if you ever do need to get here, you can, of course, go back to that charts and tools page, look for that card at the top. You can also use this menu right up at the top of the page. Open that up, select ACP, type in a ticker symbol, and you will jump right over to our advanced charting platform. So if you're new to ACP, or even if you've been using it for a long time, you forgot about that, that is one nice little way to get there. So 7 new indicators in ACP. Now, there are kind of some duplicates in the group. It's really more like 4 new indicators. But as you are going to see, these things are very, very cool. And they're all designed around helping you see key price levels, new highs, new lows, support and resistance levels. And they are also designed to help you do things like drawing these different bullish and bearish and neutral zones on your chart, especially when you're analyzing something like the major indexes. That's why we're starting here with SPY. It's important to think about, where are we? Not just in terms of, where's price heading, things like that, but relative to the past, where are we? Are we in a kind of a bullish zone of this chart? Are we in a bearish zone of this chart? We want to steer clear. We want to keep ourselves away. Or are we just kind of chopping around in the middle, just in a neutral zone? These indicators are going to help you make sense of what's happening on those charts, make sense of those different key levels and where we're sort of trading or sitting relative to them. So they are all built into ACP over here on the left side of the screen. We're going to open up that chart settings sidebar, click those little gear icons to open up that chart settings sidebar, and you're going to be able to find all of these new indicators built into ACP automatically for you now. We're starting with a very, very simple chart because we're going to add these indicators as we go. So we're going to start with the most visual of the bunch. I think my favorite of the bunch, something called the traffic light. If I can get through the alphabet here and go find it. Here is the new traffic light indicator. Now this is unique to StockCharts. You have technically been able to do this simply by drawing different colored boxes on your charts. You could probably do that on other platforms. But I think that we are the first platform that I have seen to build this in as an indicator, as a tool that you can add to your charts without having to worry about drawing boxes or coloring things in different ways. So what the traffic light is intended to do, again, is draw those bullish, bearish, and neutral zones on your chart. Again, when you're thinking about an index, something like the Dow, something like the NASDAQ, something like the S&P 500, it's important when you're thinking about the markets to understand kind of what the character of that market is, right? Are we in a bullish environment? Are we in a bearish environment? Or are we just moving sideways, drifting around in kind of this neutral zone, chopping up and down? I find that most investors love to think about the bull case, right? We love to think about the markets going up. We love to think about the bear case, markets going down. But it's easy to forget that there is a third option for any chart, any market, any index, any tradable security. Charts can go up, charts can go down, but they can also just go sideways. Now, we have seen a lot of sideways, choppy trading in the last 2 years, not just at the index level, but in a lot of stocks as well. And so this indicator is really designed to help you make sense of those different kind of zones on those charts and help you actually draw them and kind of cement your analysis right there on the charts. So as you can see, we've got this little colored box right up at the top that actually explains how this thing works. You've got two thresholds to set on this indicator, your upper threshold and your lower threshold. The way that the indicator is going to work, it's then going to color everything above the upper threshold in green, below the lower threshold in red, and everything in the middle is going to be colored in yellow. Between those two thresholds, it's going to be colored in yellow. Now, when you first load this indicator and you put it on a chart, it's just going to use average true range to set some kind of random values so that you can see the bullish, the bearish, and the neutral zones on your chart. But you then get to reposition those to be exactly where you want. And you can do that dynamically simply by clicking in the box, the upper threshold box, and then clicking on the chart where you want to set it. You can then click in the lower threshold box and click where you want to set that lower threshold. And as you can see, that will move those zones around your chart. Now, if you do want to use a different coloring pattern, you can do that. But again, we've called this indicator the traffic light for a very specific reason. Think about yourself driving a car, you're pulling up to a stoplight, pulling up to a traffic light, and you're looking at those colors, right? Now, if you're driving towards the intersection and it's green, you're going to be foot on the gas, you're going to be moving forward, you are driving, everything is in the clear, and you are moving through that intersection, not worried about it at all. If you look up ahead of you and you see a red light, you're going to be foot on the brake, right? You're going to be off the gas, foot on the brake. You're going to be slowing down. You're going to be cautious. You are coming to a stop. You are not driving through that intersection because there is danger ahead if you do. Yellow is kind of that color in the middle where you have to make a decision, right? Is it okay to go? Is it time to slow down? We have to decide, right? So that's kind of that neutral range where we're just sort of chopping around. Things aren't necessarily bullish. Things aren't necessarily bearish. We're not on the gas. We're not on the brake. We might just be kind of coasting, trying to figure out if we're going to go through that intersection or stay on the safe side, not go through that danger zone. So that is why we've named this the traffic light. Again, it's supposed to draw those bullish, bearish, and neutral zones on that chart. Lets you do this really, really easily. So let's come up here. We're going to do a 3-year chart of the S&P 500. We are going to draw these ranges ourselves on this chart. I want to kind of show you how this works. Now, all of this is subjective, as all charting is. You've got to pick your ranges and decide where we are. If I'm looking at this 3-year chart, though, of the S&P 500, I am tempted to draw the top of my kind of bullish range, my upper threshold, right around those, what were those? Kind of the August highs of last year. You can see that we ran up, we've hit that a couple of times. We really chopped around that level in quite a wide range, but we chopped around that level kind of around 425 on SPY quite a lot. So anything above that to me is going to be relatively bullish. Now, if we set our lower threshold, again, I'm just going to click into that lower threshold box. I'm going to bring this down to about here. That's kind of that gap from, what was that, early April of 2021. We bounced off of that. We continued to trade above it, but we clearly chopped around that level quite a lot. So again, this isn't perfect. It's not objective. It's very subjective where you draw these ranges. But this is intended to print those bullish, bearish, and neutral zones on that chart, so you can kind of cement it in your brains. So to me, anything chopping around in this yellow zone, again, it's just going to be neutral, choppy trading. That's going to be me saying, hey, I'm taking an interest in what the indexes are doing. I'm taking an interest in this chart, but I'm not necessarily taking action on it. It might not be the time to really go all in on that chart. As soon as you get into something like the bullish range, I'm going to be a lot more kind of risk on. My foot might be on the gas, and it's time to go for it. Now, you might draw a wider range on SPY. You could easily argue that actually these highs from September of 2021, that might be kind of the start of that bullish range. And what's interesting about that is that we are currently chopping around those levels right now on SPY. You might draw a lower threshold here for your lower area. Maybe you draw it down around those kind of February 2021 highs. Again, that's another level that we really chopped around quite a lot in 2022. So that's a bit of a wider traffic light to me. But again, you get to draw these easily on your ACP charts, and you can save these to your account. So if you want to save some of these major index charts, draw those traffic lights right on there and then save them to your account. You can add this indicator to your charts, set it up exactly where you want it, and then hit that save button to actually save it right to your account. So the traffic light indicator now available in ACP. I'm loving this one. I think it is a fantastic visual and really nice to not have to draw these colored areas yourself. Next up, we are going to look at some of our distances indicators. So we've added actually 4 different distances indicators to ACP. Distances from highs, distances from lows, and distance to highs and distance to lows. So let's actually click through these really quickly. We'll add all of them to the charts, and we will show you how these work. I'm going to click on each of these. You can see how easy it is to actually add these indicators to your chart. All you have to do is click that name to quickly add these to any of your charts. So what these are intended to do, again, is show you how things are trading from specific highs. Again, all these indicators are intended to show you key price levels, right? Highs, lows, support and resistance levels, those bullish and bearish neutral zones, different things like that. So what we've created are a set of distances indicators, as we're calling them, that show you on a percentage basis how far something is trading from key highs. 52-week highs, 9-month highs, 6-month highs, different things like that. Now, we might want to think about highs and lows in 2 different ways, right? How far from new highs are we? But how far to new highs do we have to go? So one is kind of a negative and one is a positive, right? So if we're thinking about where we are on the S&P 500 right now, in this case, this is going to actually default to 52-week highs and 52-week lows. But as you can see, we are from the 52-week highs on the S&P 500, we are down about just a little bit less than 1%. So we're actually trading right up near those 52-week highs. From 52-week lows, we are currently 25% roughly off those 52-week lows. How far would we have to go to get up to a new 52-week high? Well, that's going to be kind of the opposite, right? We're going to be about 0.8% to new 52-week highs. And if we went down to reach new 52-week lows, we would actually have to drop by about almost 20% to reach new 52-week lows. So what this set of indicators does is allows you to pick those specific key highs, things that you might be scanning for. I know I am. I love to scan for new highs across these different time frames, 52-week highs, 9-month highs, 6-month highs, and 3-month highs. This allows you to actually see how far any security is trading from those highs or lows and how far it needs to go to reach those highs or lows. The great thing about all of these indicators, you can set these up in any way that you want. So for instance, here's that distance from 52-week high. You can come into this indicator, of course, choose all your style settings, how you want it to be to look, things like that, what color you want it to print. But you can also choose your distance from which specific high you want. So again, like we said, 52-week highs, 9-month highs, 6-month highs, and 3-month highs are your options in here. Now you can also define what kind of high you want to track. So if you want closing highs, you can do that. If you want intraday highs, you can also choose that. So that will change things a little bit. If you do see some price bars that spike way up, but then they close off of those highs or close off of those lows, you can actually kick those out. Choose if you want closing or intraday highs or lows. So it's going to work the exact same across all 4 of these indicators. So here's our distance from 52-week lows. Again, just like we showed with those highs, you can choose what distance you want to track, what high or low you want to track. So whether you want 9-month lows, 6-month lows, 3-month lows, different things like that. And again, you can choose how you want that defined, whether it's closing lows or intraday lows. Same kind of deal with this distances to highs and lows. Again, you can choose how far you want to go to reach a 9-month high or a 6-month high. You can choose how you want that defined, and you can do the exact same thing with distances to 52-week lows. So some really, really cool visuals. Now, we are trading right now up near those 52-week highs, near 9-month and 6-month and 3-month highs. But if you kind of picture this back a little ways, let's actually draw this chart back. Let's go kind of back to those lows that we saw more around October. So we'll actually draw this chart back, as you can see, kind of take it back in time. If we look at something like how far away we are from 52-week highs, we can actually maximize that indicator here in ACP. And we can see that when we were trading there around the October lows last year, we were sitting 21.4% off of 52-week highs. From 52-week highs, we were about 24% off. Now, if we think about how much of a gain we're going to need to actually get back to 52-week highs, that's what these second indicators are intended to show you, the distance to highs and lows indicators. So if we set this one up as, again, 52-week highs, let's look at the same kind of thing. We'll maximize that indicator. You can see that at those October lows, we needed a 27% gain to get back to 52-week highs. So this allows you to quickly calculate those different things. How far off the highs are we, and how far do we need to go to regain those highs? Now, we are planning on adding all-time highs and all-time lows as well. That'll be coming soon. But having these 52-week highs, 52-week lows, and the other key time frames, 9-month, 6-month, and 3-month, very, very useful. I'm loving these indicators. Using these a lot, especially for analyzing the indexes. Things like the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, the Dow, those different key indexes that I follow. That's where these indicators are really, really helping me out. Also great though for any stock plays that you're thinking about, any individual securities. If you're trading something that's been maybe basing and you're expecting it to get back up to highs, maybe that's kind of your target. You can actually use this to see exactly how far that specific symbol is going to need to run to regain new 52-week highs, for instance. So very, very cool there. Now we'll close these ones out. We will delete these indicators off our chart so we can clear a little bit of room. But we are going to show you our next indicators, which is the highest high value and lowest low value. So let's scroll down through here and we will find our highest high value. We'll add this to the chart and then we'll start to talk about them just like we did with those distances indicators. The next one up is our lowest low value. So this kind of creates a channel on the chart. Now what these are intended to do, as the name suggests, let's click into the highest high value. This prints the highest high that this security has hit over whatever period you want. And it prints that as a horizontal line. Anytime that high changes or anytime that low changes, that line is going to change as well. So let's actually narrow this down in to, let's say, a 1.5 year chart. We can see this a little more clearly. And just to make it nice and easy to see, we'll make these solid, thick lines. So here, our highest high value, we get to set what the period of this is. We get to define how long we want this to look back at. Now you can drag this slider back and forth, or you can type in a specific number. So let's say you use 200-day moving averages on your charts. You might want to say, hey, when we hit a 200-day high, I want to see that. What is the 200-day high on this chart? If you're looking for 52-week highs, that's one that I follow very, very closely. That's actually about 252 trading sessions. We can scroll this chart back out a little bit to see this more clearly. Let's make it a 2-year chart. So this 252 is going to print about a 52-week high. And so as you can see, this line, that highest high value line, is actually going to print that rolling 250-day rolling 52-week highest high value right on this chart. So when we're sitting down here at those October lows that we were just talking about, you can see exactly how far away from those 52-week highs we actually were. Now, once we get beyond 52 weeks, you can start to see that will actually come down, again, because that highest high value is changing. If we wanted to make make this super, super long, we can make it up to 600 periods. That in a lot of indexes is going to actually translate to multi-year highs, not quite all-time highs, but multi-year highs. So you can track those ultra-long periods as well. Again, for me, I like to use those new 52-week highs and lows, so you can print that very, very clearly across your charts with that highest high value. Now you can do the exact same thing with the lowest low value. So once again, we could do a 252 period lowest low value. Let's make that a solid thick line. And so this is going to print exactly where the 52-week low is on this chart. Now, when you drag this out, again, this is going to create those really, really interesting channels where you can actually see, for instance, 52-week highs and lows printed right across the chart. You can see where price is trading relative to those levels. When you see something like that period between off of those, COVID lows between sort of spring of 2020 and 2022, you can see how much time we spent making those new 52-week highs. You can see that again, kind of between 2016 and 2018, how much time we spent making new 52-week highs. Now, when we print down at new 52-week lows, it's very, very easy to see that as well. We can see price printing those lows with these channels. So the highest high value, highest low value, also now available in ACP. When you combine these with the traffic light, with some of those distances indicators that we just looked at as well, you can really track all of those different key price levels that you're going to want to follow. Track those new highs, track those new lows, track support and resistance levels, and of course, draw those bullish and bearish and neutral zones right on your charts. All of these now available in ACP, and again, you can save these charts, save them right to your account. So when you set these up for something like the S&P 500, maybe those indexes that you want to follow, maybe you want to do this for sectors or for specific stocks, you can save all of these charts right to your account as a StockCharts member. So that is going to do it for us on the show today, digging into these 7 new indicators: highs, lows, support and resistance, bullish and bearish and neutral zones right on your charts with these unique indicators. Of course, we looked at the traffic light. We looked at those distances indicators, distance to and from highs and distance to and from lows. And we also looked at the highest high value and the highest low value. Hopefully this has given you a sense of how you can use these. I'm loving this, especially for my market analysis, like I mentioned, but also great for sector analysis, also great for individual stocks as well. Tracking those key highs, those key price levels, always important, and these indicators make it a little bit easier there in ACP. Now, finally, I want to remind you our summer sale going on right now. So if you're seeing these different tools and features that we've been highlighting on this show and you're thinking, wow, I could really use those in my trading, my investing, well, sign up for a StockCharts membership if you're not a member already. You can sign up right now with our summer sale, get up to 30% off with those 2 free months. Again, lock in that pricing before it goes up a little bit next month. So this is going to be running just for the next couple of weeks. Limited time, very, very limited time. But this really is going to go down as one of the best pricing in history, best StockCharts pricing in history. It is not getting any cheaper than this. So lock in that rate while you can. Of course, if you're a member, you can also extend your account out into the future. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, wow, I'd really love to keep using StockCharts, love to keep using all these great tools and features that just rolled out, well, you can lock in that discounted rate right now for the next 14 months, up to 14 months. You get to choose between 6 and 12, but of course, then you're going to get those free months on top of that. So if you go for 6, you'll get 1 free month. If you go for 12, you'll get 2 free months. So you can actually lock in that discounted pricing for up to 14 months. This really is an amazing time to sign up for StockCharts. So whether you're a new user or an existing member, take advantage of that summer sale. Remember, stockcharts.com/special. That's how you can get there, or look for those banners across the top of the site. I want to thank you again for joining me on the show today. Again, my name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. It's been fantastic to be with you. I'll see you again very soon for the next one. Every Friday we do this show, product focused, all helping you get more value out of StockCharts, and it's all up on that StockCharts TV channel. So I'll see you again soon. Until then, chart on, my friends.